Hello, Cryptid Nation. Welcome to another episode of Campfire Tales, where we go around and tell stories that have actually happened to us or other people. I'm Chief.
First-hand accounts.
First-hand accounts. Second-hand accounts. Something like that. I'm Chief, also known as Jeff from Calico Adventures. Next on the mic is the one and only Big Boy Rabbit.
Hey, YouTube. It's Big Boy Rabbit. You know me from Mississippi Milsurp and Mississippi Adventures. That wild-eyed, crazy-haired Mississippian flipping through the backwoods, crawling through the swamps, bringing you that quality content that you deserve. I am here with the CRR, the Cryptid Research and Response. It's an awesome channel, and we're going to be bringing you first-hand and second-hand and third-hand actual accounts of things that supposedly happened to people in real life. So sit back, pop open a drink, get you some popcorn, eat you some chips, or crunch on some kale, and listen to some awesome stories. I'm going to pass you over to the boss man, the founder himself, Wolf.
Hey everybody, this is Wolf Steel coming at you from mid-Missouri, and I am pleased to introduce one of our head researchers, Mr. Murphy.
Hey guys, welcome back.
And before we forget, we do have a special guest this episode, one Mr. Sean. Sean, want to introduce yourself and your channel?
Hello there, people of the internet. My name's Sean. I'm the blind sniper. I don't really know what to expect here, so I'm just kind of joining in. I'm going to pass it on to whoever is going to be talking next.
All right. Thanks, Sean. Thanks for being here. We're glad to have you. We've been having a blast. And just for the viewers, we have a coffee. We are supported by coffee. That is ko-fi.com/crractual. It's like Patreon, but better. We have a storefront where we are selling merch. We'll get more merch on there as soon as possible. Right now we have a flag. If you don't like that, you can always support us. We have membership starting at $1 per month, or you can just give us a one-time donation. All of it helps.
It's just $1, baby. It's just $1.
Okay. And with that, Sean, what other stories do you have?
Go stories, go.
Yeah, what? Well, actually, I'll ask. Hold on. I'll ask this: what first got you into the supernatural or paranormal or cryptids? And what experiences do you have from that? Just one thing, I suppose.
Oh boy, that is a very loaded question. I have a best friend. Ironically, his name is Bubba, and that's ironic for the firearms community because that means somebody who likes to destroy historical firearms. Well, my best friend Bubba and I grew up with a fascination of the supernatural. I think it really stemmed from both of us sleeping inside of a house of unknown origins because we were toddlers at the time. We've known each other for that long. And we each apparently had the same exact dream. And at that point, we decided to start ghost hunting to see if perhaps something paranormal made us both have the same exact dream that night. And it just kind of continued to grow from there. I think mankind in general has a fascination with things that they just cannot understand or explain. And us as children, we kind of rode with that fascination to the point to where we are still doing it to this day.
Now, you say his name is Bubba. Have you allowed him around a Dremel at all?
No, he specifically stays away from the power tools and my guns.
Good man. Good man. See, that's a solid. Give a solid like for Sean of the Blonde Sniper for keeping Bubba away from our guns.
Gentlemen, let's give this man a round of applause, shall we?
Appreciate you.
And the crowd goes wild. So, follow-up question to that. When did you first, because you said off video, you had an active ghost hunting group. What was your first ghost hunt with that group?
I could answer that in a couple of different ways. The ghost hunting group that is the actual group is mainly me and Bubba. However, we have had people branch on and break off over the years. If I had to pick a ghost hunt that would be the first real legitimate ghost hunt with actual equipment that me and Bubba did specifically with ourselves, we were out at, I believe, Roselawn Cemetery. I think that's the name of it. It's the place where Bob Ross was buried here in the state of Florida. I remember we went out there with some infrared cameras, some EVP stuff, and a couple of spirit boxes. And ironic as it is, while we were out there, we got video recording of an old lady. Now, the reason why I say this is ironic is because way down the road, we were watching ghost videos online, and we found one for this Roselawn Cemetery. At least I think that's what it's called. And this guy who made this video captured the same exact old lady that we had captured inside of our videos, and that was definitely one of those moments where we were like, okay, we might have actually got something on camera.
Sorry to interject. It was Woodlawn. I just looked it up.
Woodlawn, there we go. Yeah, this was many years ago, so you'll have to forgive me on remembering the title, especially because this was something that had happened before my stroke. Basically, everything that happened before my stroke is a blur.
It's fine. And everybody, please do not go and mess with Bob Ross's grave. Let the man rest in peace.
Yes, let the man rest in peace.
What is your favorite ghost memory, if I may?
Ghost story, you mean?
Yeah.
All right.
That's
John?
gonna require a little bit of thought. If I had to pick one, me and my friend Bubba were investigating a trailer in the woods. This trailer was clearly abandoned for a very long time. It had bars on the windows and it had eye slots cut out all along the walls, so whoever was inside could watch out at whatever it is that they were trying to see. Clearly some sketchy stuff has happened there.
Jesus Christ.
Yep, I don't necessarily know what happened there, but I know that there were several, like, hidden rooms that locked from the outside that we found inside of that trailer. We did not have any real ghost equipment with us, so we were kind of just trying to walk around, feel for that static and those cold spots that you feel whenever you're ghost hunting, and listen to see what we can hear. Well, as soon as we walked in, we were there for about 2 minutes, and we asked, can you move something? And the front door absolutely slammed. Like, it sounded like a gunshot with how hard it slammed. And me and him looked at each other. We decided it was time to leave, and we bailed out of there. Now, that's just half the story. One of the guys who joined our crew for Paradox, as it just so happens, we did not know this whenever he joined, he owned that trailer, and his sister passed away in that trailer, which is one of the reasons why they left it and abandoned it, because whenever she passed away, she had haunted that trailer, and he said she loved to slam doors in that trailer, and we didn't even tell him about our situation that we had discovered. So that's probably one of my favorite memories, because we have the story, and then we have conclusive evidence to prove that we're not crazy with what we saw.
Well, that was a whole heck of a lot of a story. That actually sounds... I don't know how to respond to that other than, wow. Like...
That's definitely one of those cases of anything good happens when you can't catch it on film.
Yeah. You can ask everybody else here, how often am I rendered speechless by a story?
Twice, 3 times maybe.
Like twice.
Yes, the Ravenmocker stories, and now this one. So that'll be 3 times now.
Dang, Sean, you need to tell us about the time that you was out there walking in the woods and a dang old hide behind come out and tried to snatch you up.
Well, the hide behind didn't come to snatch me up. He
You
was
don't
just
know
kind of
that.
he was existing as far as I'm concerned. So what had happened, living up in North Florida, I basically live up in the middle of nowhere, or at least that's where that piece of property is. And about 16 miles away from that is a freshwater spring. Well, I decided to myself to try to walk that 16 miles there and then walk home. And I gave myself a weekend to do it. Well, in the process of walking there, I ended up nightfall ended up coming. I was walking past this cemetery, and right as I was walking past this cemetery, I don't know if this has anything to do with the relation of this hide behind, but this massive tree, which was clearly living, it was alive, it just toppled over. It was a big oak there for years, and it just fell down right from the roots. I've never seen anything like that. Well, I don't pay much mind to that, and I continue my walk. And probably about another mile up the road, um, there was this barbed wire fence, and there was another tree that was right on that barbed wire fence. At this time, it was getting quite dark. I couldn't really see all that far in front of me, but while I was walking past that tree, I heard some rustling on that barbed wire fence. I look over to my right, and have you guys seen The Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
All of it. I've
You
stayed
guys-
up for days
guys-
to watch it all straight.
You guys know that little gremlin-looking dude, right?
Gollum.
He had the body of that with a regular person's head. Like it did not look cartoony, the head part, but he had the body of what looked like that guy. And whenever I saw it, he was looking right at me, and then he turned and ran behind that tree and vanished. And it was about that time where I decided I was not walking that road at night by myself. I decided to go ahead and turn around and head back home.
I don't think I blame you on that one. If I saw Gollum's body on a normal dude's head, I'd probably run too.
Yes, it was. I know I said that nightfall was coming, but I saw that clear as day. Combine that with me watching this massive tree just topple over for what seemed like no reason whatsoever, and I figured that there was something going on there that I did not want any part of, especially because at the time I was unarmed.
Rabbit, you're our resident hide behind expert. Do they normally knock over trees?
Are we ready for me? For me to give my of this?
Yeah, I would love your opinion on this. Do they knock over trees, or is that just one being weird?
No, I wasn't no hide behind. If I had to guess, I mean, y'all have heard. Now, I don't know. Florida. My first thought was Florida is a hotter climate. It's a lot denser vegetation, a lot thicker underbrush than we got here, and I'm thinking, well, that'd be smaller, and the Pale would even, that would kind of make sense to me too, that being hotter, because typically, I ain't gonna go off on the fungus, but that thing sounded like some kind of star-eyed child or a fae or goblin. I mean, not a hide behind, because a hide behinds never present an entirety of a actual thing. You can't see the whole thing. It's only ever a piece, a leg, a head and an arm, or just an arm or a hand, and that's typically it.
Well, I saw the whole thing. It was about 2 feet away from me,
Mm-hmm.
and it ran behind this tree. I got full view of that thing.
No, that could have been killed with bullets, in my opinion, for sure.
If I had bullets, I would have opened fire.
Yeah, big oof, always carries that from the man.
So going by the description given, where it's the body that's similar to Gollum, but a face more akin to a person, is that could be a crawler?
No.
No?
It just hit me. But y'all, I was thinking crawler initially. I like where your head's at. But no, it just hit me, y'all. The actual Yinalushi.
So what you're saying is he stared down a Wendigo and walked away.
other than the small thing, but like the emaciated, and then it just having a regular face because being a human kind of, and then it being emaciated. That's where I was like, oh, that sounds like the traditional, or one of the traditional First Nation, definitions of it. Right? Anyone second?
I'll second it. And Sean, you are a lucky bastard.
Yeah, that very well
Tell
could
myself
be
that all the time.
traditional Wendigo, or
Yeah.
or a crawler. One of the two.
Yeah. And
For sure.
Thinking.
the traditional Yidna would explain why it could disappear after it hit the tree.
I
Well,
was wanting to say troll, but now that you say that, it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. See, I was going troll fae because of the that kind of thing with the tree, but then I actually thought about that First Nation lore, and that's more grounded to me than the European stuff applied to America. You know what I'm saying? Like using First Nation lore makes more sense.
yes, I agree with that. All right, well that's it for this episode of Campfire Tales. Join
You'll have
us.
to come back next week for the follow-up to the Raven Mocker.
Yes, sir. Y'all get ready to find out what happened whenever I finally stared down that dying Raven Mocker, and I confirmed what it was.
And
step on you there, Chief.
remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below of your favorite cryptid or a cryptid story that you live to tell the tale of. And don't forget to check out our coffee, and we will see you next time. Bye.